Now, in the introduction video, I explained this is a little bit like keyword poking, but much more intelligently done, because we're using a real video that we want to rank for multiple keywords instead of using, a sort of spammy type of video just to find out what kind of keywords that you can rank for without any backlinks. This is a more intelligent strategy as well, because we are only working with one video. That means I can go and change anything I want in that video's details, and all of those playlists will reflect that because it's the same video in every single playlist. So I only need to update that one time to put my message in here, to put a video card in here, whatever I want to do, and that's all I need to do, just that one time. So all I've done in here, I've come in and I've put in a link to another plugin and another web app, my WordPress Alpha app, that deploys pre-configured WordPress sites, including the site speed done, including all the SEO configurations, all the plugin configurations for security, GDPR, etc. I'm basically pointing them towards that video, and also put a link here into the sales page for WordPress Alpha. Okay, so I can just click in here, save it, and it's all updated in real time for all of those playlists here. Okay, so now I want to take this further. Okay, and I want to do a setup for you, and this setup is very easy. As long as you are willing to put a little bit of thought into this, you will get more out of it. Okay, so let's just go through this one by one. Okay, so I'm going to give it a project name, and I'm going to call this one WordPress Alpha Promo. Okay, let's call it SEO Promo, because we are going to rank for multiple keywords. It might not happen immediately. There are things I can do to make it happen immediately, but that's using other tools. But even if I didn't, okay, even if I didn't do anything else, this will work as long as the video that we are using for these multiple playlists will get the click-through from the search engines, because the titles are good and that they're appealing, and because the retention time on the videos. Okay, so really important in those user behavior signals. Okay, so video URL, let me just grab that from over here. I've got a second screen here at the side that you cannot see, and this just helps to keep me nice and organized. Okay, next what I want to do is take some keywords that I want to create the playlists around. Now, I've already done these on another screen here, and I'm just going to pull these over. You can see here I've got some basic keywords in here, like WordPress SEO, SEO for WordPress, WordPress SEO optimization, etc. Now, I got those from going through these playlists here. Okay, going through these playlists and just picking out some of the keywords that I saw in the title, because most of the time these SEO guys, they will be optimizing for a specific keyword, and they've already done the research, right? So basically we can go through and we can see which keywords they are targeting, etc. This guy is targeting, for example, SEO for WordPress. Okay, this guy is targeting best WordPress SEO plugins. Now, not all of those are going to fit, so I've got my content around this video, and these keywords will fit this particular video, what we are covering in this video. Okay, now the playlist title, what we can do here is we can use spin tags. Okay, so for example, if I just grab from my headlines again. Okay, say for example, I have a headline that is this. Okay, the perfect SEO setup for WordPress. Okay, something I copied from another guy in here. Now, that means that all of my playlists, okay, would be based around that title. Okay, that's not good for us. What we need to do is we need to put in some spin tags. Now, spin tags is where we can put a curly bracket, and we put in a pipe character. Okay, that's that one there, just a straight line. Okay, and we can put in some other headline here, and we can put in SEO for 2019. Okay, and we could have something like that. That means that we would use this headline first, and the next playlist would use this headline, and so on and so forth. Okay, so I've already done this over here. I'm just going to pull this over. I'll just expand this so that it doesn't get in the way. You can read it. you can see I've taken these 6 titles. Okay, I've tidied them up a little bit when I put them in here, and what you will notice in here is that these have got some elements in here that might look a little bit unusual. Okay, for example, we have question marks often in here. We have got brackets in here often, and the reason for that is because they get higher click-through rate. Okay, so if you can put in something like top 5 tips for WordPress SEO, and you put in brackets, for example, in 2019, that will get a higher click-through rate by having the brackets, by having the sort of list style post, a numbered style post. That will work. It doesn't always work, because what we're doing here, what I'm doing here is I'm not using the number at the beginning, okay, but I'm using other elements where I'm using the question mark. The question mark as well will get a higher click-through rate. We will do a whole training on that in a webinar. Okay, and I'll show you quick and easy ways you can do this, but just for the purpose of doing a demonstration, I have done it like this. Okay, so all I'm going to do is I'll take away that I put in here before, and I will put in here. Okay, so you can see here like SEO friendly WordPress site, and then I've got in brackets in 3 clicks with the question mark. Okay, that should increase the click-through rate. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to put in a description, because it won't let us do anything unless we have that, and we're going to put in a tag. We're going to put in just one of each, because later we're going to automate this. Okay, we will automate this later. Now the keywords I've got in here, you can see I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That is going to create 6 playlists. Okay, those 6 playlists will be based around the top ranking content for each of these keyword phrases here, and it will use these titles over here. Okay, so if I leave this at 6, it's going to create 6 playlists, but because my telephone is used as a double verification, and I have to sit and click the verification, the authenticator every time on my cell phone, my mobile phone, I'm just going to cut this down to 2 at the moment, okay, just for speed, and I'll come back and do the others after the video after this demo is done, so that we don't have to spend a lot of time waiting for this, and I can show you exactly how we can further optimize from this point. Now the next thing I need to do is choose how many videos I want to add. If I choose 10 here, it's going to choose the top 10 ranking videos for each of these keywords. Okay, now what I can do is I can make this as many or as little as I want. I'm going to put in here 15. I find that works actually quite effectively. And the selected accounts, we have to choose one to begin with. Okay, so we'll just choose the top one here, and then I'll click on add multiple accounts, and when I click on that, I can just click like this. Okay, oops, let's remove all of those. Add multiple accounts, I'll just click on 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. There, we don't have too many now. Right, so we've got 6 playlists, we've got 6 channels. All I need to do now is click on add the project. Now if you want to put in a longer description, you can do that. I suggest you don't. Okay, I'm going to show you how we optimize this after it's done. So I'm going to click on add the project, and then I'm going to be ready with my telephone, because I need to be able to confirm this login. Now if you've got YouTube accounts or Google accounts where you do not need double verification, it will just go ahead and do this really quick for you. So you can see here it's got its own built-in browser. It's going to log in, and then the software is going to ask me to confirm. Okay, you can hear that. So I confirm here. Now the next thing that is going to happen here is we're going to see a small pop-up, this small pop-up that says please verify it's you. When you see this pop up, okay, you're going to click on OK. That's the only time that you will ever touch anything inside this browser. Okay, everything else is automated. It will automatically click any other part of this except for that one part where you confirm your verification. So we just leave this and let it do its job. It's only creating 2 playlists, and you can see it on the bottom down here. Okay, you can see the progress bar down the bottom here. So we just let it do its work. It's logging in. creating the playlist. It's going to ask me to confirm again. And this is pretty fast. Now, if you don't have that verification to do, you can just go away and leave it and do as many as you like. And this is a great way to go and get rankings for multiple keywords, because even if we left it just at this, as long as we've got a reasonably good video and a reasonably good headline that's clickable, that will force people to click through, that will have some scarcity or some curiosity or something in there, it will increase your rankings. It just has to. These are ranking factors in action. Okay, hold on, we've got an authentication problem here. Okay, even though we got an authentication problem there, I don't know what that was, but you can see the playlists have actually been built. Okay, and the playlists have been built. Now what we do next is really important, okay, because when we come into this info part over here, now remember I said we were going to optimize our tags, we were going to optimize our description. Now look at what we can do from this point forward. I'm going to come in here and optimize my tags. So I'll just click on here, get tags from existing playlists. So we got 15 playlists where we can take the keywords from that they used as tags between those 15 playlists. So I can take the ones that fit. Okay, and I'll leave it at that. So I've got all of these tags taken from those top 15. There's no guesswork here. The only thing that I am doing here when I click on this is I'm choosing the ones that actually fit my content. I'm not just choosing the top ones. The Yoast SEO is not really completely relevant because we're doing a lot more than just Yoast SEO, so I'm leaving that and I'm going down to the next most relevant ones. Okay, keep the relevance and you'll always get better rankings for longer term. Okay, now the description, what we can do here is we can click on insert playlist items, and this is going to give you automated all the titles of those videos. Okay, you can see something a little bit weird there. I'll just take off that weird characters in there. All of that's been added automatically. Okay, now what if I wanted to put in some hashtags, for example, with the channel names that we just taken these videos from? I can click on channel hashtags. I can choose my own. Click on the next one, Ahrefs. You can see how we are aligning ourselves, Neil Patel, with influencers within our niche. Okay, Hogan Chua, WP Crafter. Okay, now when you come down a little bit, just scroll down, you can see these hashtags have been added in here. You can see how we're taking this concept of this strategy and we're making it much more powerful. So much more powerful because the tags are pretty much automated. Okay, we can choose the best tags, the tags that are working for other people to rank for. We are making ours more relevant, more accurate. Okay, plus we're taking these titles, okay, that are keyword rich titles that we're putting into our description, plus we're taking those channel tags. Okay, we're giving credit where credit is due. At the same time, we will get found, or we can get found if somebody is searching for hashtags for these different channels in here, which is pretty cool. Okay, so what we can do then is we can add more into the description if we want to, or we can just leave it as it is and we can simply save and upload. Okay, so this is going to update in real time and it's going to log in again to be able to do that inside YouTube. Okay, because I've just updated in here, clicked on save, we can click on here and now we can see that it's been updated within that particular channel. Okay, we can see the show more, it shows you these channel tags, it shows you these titles. Okay, this is good stuff, guys. This is proper SEO done very uniquely, but using ranking factors as we know them. Okay, now the next thing that we can do is even more powerful. We can click on this translate description. Okay, that will translate just the description. Okay, in here, so we can click on this and we've got English and translate into another language. We can choose the language we want to translate into. Now we did have a bulk which I think we put into the upsell version, but in this version you can maybe put in for say Spanish. So if you are in America, it makes sense that you can put into Spanish because there's a lot of Spanish speaking people here in America. Click on that. You can click on translate, and it will translate all of that in Spanish, okay, if you want to do that. And then you can just simply click and update from that point forward. Now I suggest you actually don't do that part there. In the upgrade version there is an automatic translation. Okay, the automatic translation will translate into 41 different languages in one click. Okay, so you can have the details, the metadata, translated into 41 different languages in a single click. That's in the upsell version. Okay, so that's basically how this works, and you can see how powerful this is. Now, just to remind you, what's actually happening here is there's ranking factors, the click-through rate from the search engines, the retention time on the video. The first video that's being watched is the one that's on that playlist. Okay, that's what your video is going to be. It's going to be at the top. Okay. Well, one more thing as well before I forget. If I just come back over here into this playlist items in here. Now what I can do is I can right click here. When I right click over the URL, I can set the video as a thumbnail. Okay, it's going to set as a thumbnail. I need to fix that. I've already logged out. I need to log back in again. But that's all you would do, is you would just set as a thumbnail in here. Now I'm probably going to automate that and automate some other parts of that in the upsell version. But that is it in a nutshell. The click-through rate from the search engines, high retention view for a specific keyword will move you up. Okay, this is natural SEO. This is not bullshit SEO. This is real SEO, how it really works in the proper Google algorithms. There is no gimmicks here. Okay, there is no trickery or anything like that. This is just using the ranking factors that we know about in a very, very intelligent way for you to be able to rank long term for competitive keywords, for related keywords, for one piece of content. Okay, so when we start to go into the training for this, if you purchase this from me today, you will get enrolled in some training, and with me we will do a couple of webinars, and we will have some videos as well explaining the strategy, how we can improve the strategy, how we can take it even further as well with some other tools if you're interested. And then we can go deeper and deeper into this, and you can see how all this comes together. It's already good enough what you see here. Okay, you don't need anything else, but this would just be natural. There are things that we can do to speed it up for international languages to get more traffic, and there's things that we can speed up with automation as well, and just understanding that from the training how this works and how we can make it better, and how we can make sure that we've got good quality headlines, good quality content for the right amount of time to be able to get people to watch long enough so that we've got a high retention view. That's what we need to focus on, and we have got a winner here. Thank you.